Hi, Steve here. I want to show you our free version of our TDR staking software. The free version is similar to our premium version, except it only has the one plan that you can use, so you can't switch between different sports and that if you want to keep different series. So here's the free version. At the top, it tells you a green button about more betting tools. If you click on that, you'll see all the other staking tools that we have. For premium TDR, if you click on that, it'll take you to the presentation of the paid version, which has a lot more than this version. And if you want to use a bot that uses the TDR, push on a bot using TDR version and back to our home site, the Winning More site, by clicking on here. So what does TDR stand for and what does it do? Well, TDR means target, delta profit, and recovery staking plan. So basically, we start down here at the starting bank. Say, for example, you have a 200 starting bank. And next to it, we put in our stop loss. How much are we prepared to lose before the recovery program starts again? If you're very conservative, you may put 20, for example, in there. That's 10% of your bank, so you're allowed for 10% of your bank loss, approximately. The target, what target do you want? So if we put in 2 there, and the profit delta, the delta means after a losing bet, how much do we want to get a little bit extra? It means, say, for example, if we have a losing bet, then the software will give the figure that we need to recover how much stake we lost, plus cover any commission that we may have paid if we're using the Betfair exchanges, and then it will come out with the target of 2 again. But with a profit delta, it means after we've lost 1, we may say, look, we want to win 10 pence or 10 cents more for every losing bet. So if we have 5 losing bets, we want our target when we finally do hit it to be another 50p, rather than being just the £2. We want it to be £2 and say 50p after 5 or 6 losing bets. Okay, so once we've set that up, the next thing we need to look at is that bet that we're going to have. So if we're betting on horses or sports and that, we can just click on here, the 5%, and it will allow for 5% commission. So when it does its working out what target we need to win, it already works that out. And if you're using Australia, you can just click 8. 8% is not a bad leveler, but in case you don't know, the commissions in Australia for horses and dogs, etc., run from a 6% right up to 10% for New South Wales horses. So in the paid version, there's a chart, an automatic chart that pops up, and you can just click where the track is and all that, and it will automatically work out the exact commission for Australia. But if you're using this version, you can either just click on the 8% button, and that sort of rounds it out a bit. So we're going to use 5% in this, and we're going to use the event. You don't have to put the event in if you don't want to. We'll put the event in. And how much is the horse paying? Well, the horse that we're looking at is paying $6.50, and then we just hit go. Now it comes up with a figure here of 38 pence or 38 cents. That's how much we're going to have to invest in order to get our £2 or $2 target. Let's just say pounds, our £2 target. So we go over to Betfair or wherever we do it, and we put our bet on. Now, if the races run and our horse loses, so we push L for lose. It has the recovery stake down here that it's going to get. It's going to recover that for us. So in the next event, another horse race, and the horse is paying $3.75, for example. We push go, and now it tells us we have to stake 95p. If we stake 95p, we're going to get a gross return of £3.56, and we're going to be making £2.10 profit. So that's our £2 target that we originally set, and because we've had one losing bet, it's already adding the 10p of the delta profit. Say, for example, that horse loses again. We go to the next race, and the next race might be, say, in Australia, for example. So we click the Australian commission button, it goes to 8, and the price is $3.85. Click go, and it tells us this time we're staking £1.35 to get our targets and cover our losses. and down here it shows you the working out. So we're going to gross on the bet £5.20, and with everything taken into consideration, what we've lost and our commissions and that, we're going to end up with a £2.20 profit, £2 being our target and the 20p being our profit delta for the 2 losing races. So in this race we managed to get a winner, so we click on the win, it tells us our target's achieved, click OK, and it sets back to 0, and away we go again. Now if we were in a loss situation, we can hit the save button like that, and then when we bring the software back and open up again, we can just continue on from where we left off. Now the plus button here means if it's on, like now if I click on the background, this stays here. This is quite handy if we are looking at racing fields, so we can see we can go between the fields and the software stays here. It doesn't get hidden behind, okay, which is very handy when you're looking at markets and fields, etc. If you want to hide, you just click that again, and if you click on the minus, it disappears. Okay, so if we click on plus, then it stays, click on minus, disappears. Okay, so that is what the plus and minus does. Okay, so that is TDR in a nutshell. This is the free version. It will work forever and a day. But once you see the hang of it, then the paid version, obviously with the 20 more plans, and with the also, I'll just show you quickly what it looks like. Okay, this is the paid version here, and it has like extra features, like if we click on the Australian horses and dogs, it gives us the betfair commission charts, so we know straight away if we're betting in horses in New South Wales, we can see it's 10% commission that we have to factor in. If we're betting in harness racing in WA, for example, it's an 8% factor. Dogs in WA are 8%, and so are horses. But you can see horses here, South Australia has got 3 different rates, one for horses, one for harness, and one for greyhound. So that button here means if we're doing a greyhound race in WA, we click greyhound in WA, and you can see here now the commission has gone to 8%. If the greyhound race was in Queensland, it would be 6%. So that's very important here, and especially if you're from overseas betting on Australian dogs and you don't know where a track is, you can click on the tracks here and it will give you the location of where the tracks are, so you know which button here to push for your commission. Now, as I said, this is for the paid version, and also what we've got up here, if we put in 5 here, load this plan, you can see here we've got all different plans here. This one's for New Zealand horses. Plan 2 we've got for UK racing. Plan 1 we've got for USA horses. So you make up the plans, but there's 20 plans you can keep there. So you can have a plan just for your favorite horse, your favorite jockey, your favorite football team, all that, and the software keeps track of all that. So this is the paid version. Essentially, all the working out that is the same as the free version, but obviously the ability to save a lot more plans gives you a lot more flexibility. Okay, so without further ado, if you like the free version, please download it, and then after you've played with it, you can always hit this little button here and get the premium version of TDR. And more betting tools for laying, dutching, etc., football, it's all here in the more football tools button. So please explore those buttons, and I hope you enjoyed this overview of the free TDR. On behalf of Max the creator and myself, Steve, thanks for watching this, and we hope you get involved in the paid version. Thank you.